going on?
Well, class registration for spring semester is coming up, and I'm really stressed out about that because I really just have not put a lot of time into it. I haven't really had the time to look at it. I don't know what classes I'm supposed to take.
Okay. So it sounds like you need someone to help you along,
Yeah.
or somewhere to go that can give you more of that direction.
Yeah. And I don't know who I should talk to. I mean, my advisor's okay, and like I get along with my roommate, but I don't really. We have different majors,
Okay.
so she can't really help me, and I don't really know any upperclassmen in my major,
Okay.
so just not quite sure where to go.
And that's stressing you out a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. It's understandable.
Mhm.
It's understandable. Is there anyone on campus that maybe you have met or worked with that you feel like you trust to ask them those questions?
I'm not sure yet because it's still really early in the school year. I mean, I just went through recruitment and that was a lot of fun, but I just haven't really made strong connections yet with anybody.
Okay. So that can be challenging, right?
Yeah.
And how do you feel about your sorority?
I like it so far. It's still a lot of fun. I was worried that after I went through and after I joined, like, the happiness would go away, like it would just be fake and for show, but they're just like they were during recruitment, so that's really good. But I mean, I don't even have a big yet, so I just haven't really talked to a whole lot of people. And right now we're just doing like get to know yous and stuff, so
Right.
it kind of feels forced, but I know it's genuine. So it's just kind of hard to see like, okay, well, who's really interested in me and who's just doing it because they have to, type of thing.
So I'm understanding that you're kind of nervous about making new friends.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay. Alright. Well, and that's expected, right? You just came to a new school, a new environment,
Yeah.
entirely new people.
Completely new people.
I think that's okay. It's okay to be a little bit nervous because I think people don't always act on their nerves appropriately, right?
Right.
There's a time and a place for that, so it's good for you. It's good for you. That's my suggestion there. Is that
Okay.
It's okay to be nervous, but make sure you're making yourself feel at home too. You're supposed to be enjoying this, right?
Right.
So, how are your classes?
I like them for the most part. They're a lot more challenging than I was expecting. I was at the top of my grade and everything in high school, and I thought that I was really prepared for college. I took all the AP courses that were available, did fine on all the tests, and so I thought that it wouldn't really be not a challenge per se, but I didn't think it would be so much of a transition, but it really is a lot more of a transition than I was expecting.
Yeah.
All I have to do is read and study and take notes, and we don't get worksheets that go with each section in the chapter or in the textbook anymore.
Yeah, it's less hand holding.
Yes.
Is a phrase that I like to use to describe that college jump. Are you doing okay with it?
Yeah, I mean, for the most part. My first test, I didn't do so well on my first test, so I guess that kind of gives me an idea of I have to really study more.
And that's a good perspective to have on it, is that first test can be rough because you don't know what your professor's expecting, you don't know how the test is written, but taking that first one and using it as perspective that's a really good attitude to have about it. So that's good news. Because you're gonna learn from that, and it should help you prepare for the next one, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping, because at least now I know how they grade and what kinds of questions are on the test.
Right. Yeah. And are you seeing more essays or more multiple choice, or what kind of assessments are you seeing?
Kind of the same, a little bit more essays than I was used to, but just different ways of asking for the answers, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, the questions are they make you think about it differently than you did in high school.
And do you feel comfortable with that?
Yeah, it's new to me so far still. I just have to, like, train myself to study differently, I guess, so hopefully I can do that for the next time.
That's good. Do you know where you might be able to find help for those things? If you do get to that point where you are completely freaking out about these tests or essays or anything, there are people on campus that help you with those things.
Right.
Do you know where to go for those?
I mean, I could always talk to my professor about classes
Mhm.
and everything. I mean, I know that they're available and that's what they're for, but I'd probably be too nervous to talk to them about it because I wouldn't want to be, like the stupid freshman in their class who doesn't know what they're doing. But other than that, I don't know. I mean, I'm really stressed out about it.
Okay. Well, when we're done here, I will give you a list of places on campus that might be able to help you with even just how to prepare for a college level test.
Okay.
Because it's a little bit different than what you're used to. And how to organize your notes so that you can read them more efficiently.
Yeah.
So you're not trying to figure out where you were going in your notes. Just some little things that can really, really change the course of your grade and the entire way you look at your class.
Okay.
So remind me and we'll do that. I'll give
Okay.
you a list of those people. But I heard you say that you were kind of stressed out about your classes. How is that affecting you? How is that stress affecting your grade and your personal life and everything else? College is supposed to be fun.
Right. I mean, it's not really affecting my grades so much. It's more of just stress that's making me nervous about classes because now I know what's expected of me. But I don't know. I'm kind of distracted. I think that that's maybe why I'm not making such close connections is because I'm so worried about classes and everything, and like I don't want to come off as like I don't know what I'm doing, so I don't really talk to it about like anybody or with anybody like any other friends that I have made. So.
Okay. And that's a good honest opinion to have, that you don't want to appear that way. And I feel the same way about myself sometimes, and I don't want to appear that I've done something wrong. That's why I struggle with cooking. Because I don't want it to be wrong. But sometimes you have to you don't have to admit that you're wrong. Because if you look at it that way, you're going to be struggling with it, right?
Yeah.
You don't have to admit that you were wrong. But you can still pose the question without saying that you don't know what you're doing.
Okay.
How might you do that?
I do know one person in one of my classes. She lives down the hall from me, so I mean, I guess I could talk to her, see if she wanted to study or something, because then I wouldn't have to tell her that I don't know what's going on.
There you go. See? That's good. And it's not a bold-faced lie. I'm not encouraging you to be a liar, but you have to approach things from your comfort level.
Right.
And if you know this girl and she already lives on your floor, just go knock, right?
Yeah.
That's really convenient. And that may end up being some lifelong friendship that you didn't know you could have, which would be a good connection for you to make on the campus.
Okay.
Most outside of your sorority, that's where you have contact with people, right?
Right.
Is in classes.